One thing I strive to do on this channel is bring honest and current information, not just in regards to what the market is doing, but the premiums, the buy price of silver, what you pay for it, how much you're paying over spot, and what you can sell it for. On this channel, I commonly call coin shops and find out what they're paying for 1 ounce silver rounds, eagles, gold, so on and so forth. So when I get comments like this, it always cracks me up. Now this comment comes from the video I did just the other day, which goes over my favorite things to buy, or what I think most people should be buying, of course, personal opinion, and the worst silver to be buying right now. This comment says, what you must tell your viewers, and I'll go ahead and blow it up for you. What you must tell your viewers is that when the time comes to sell your silver back, most people will lose money unless silver goes to over $40 per ounce. In other words, you buy now, pay the premium, silver goes to 34 USD per ounce, you basically just break even. Now look, last year or the last few years even, this comment is not really incorrect. It really was a time when we had very high premiums, and especially for things like silver eagles. If you were buying silver eagles last year, March, April, May, June of 2023, or even before that when the premiums were nearly double spot, this comment is not wrong. But this comment is wrong today. And by the way, you can see there's a few replies there. I actually had a conversation with this guy and he got pretty aggressive, so I stopped the conversation. I will show you the rest of it later in this video. But you know, it's comments like this that, you know, just they portray false information and they assume that I'm not covering everything. Here's another comment. I want to give you another good example. This comment comes on that same video, and this guy says that dealers are not interested in rounds at all and that you should be avoiding them. He says, and I'll go ahead and blow this up for you. He says, as someone who buys weekly in droves, I can tell you to buy rounds with the hopes of selling them, you are in for a big disappointment. Dealers, and this is all in caps, are not buying back rounds, at least not here in Florida. Nobody wants them. I am going to focus on Florida today because we are going to be calling coin shops in Florida and finding out if they're buying rounds and what they're paying. He says the big dealers are using them as a sorry for the inconvenience token when they screw up, but no dealer wants them. Anyone who sold them to you or tells you otherwise is lying to you. I'm seeing this at every coin store in the state of Florida. I can provide you a list if you'd like. Rounds, stay away from them. Now this comment right here, another thing that I know for a fact is incorrect. The last time I did a coin shop call video where I called coin shops about selling rounds and selling eagles, none of them said they weren't buying them. They did, you know, offer me spot or maybe a little bit back, but every single one of them made me an offer. Every single one of them wanted the rounds. And why wouldn't they? Because a real good coin shop, most coin shops, whenever they buy silver, if they have too much coming in, they have wholesalers that they work with that will buy it from them for just a little bit less than what they're paying. So for example, if they have a wholesaler that's buying it from them for say 50 cents back a spot or 25 cents back a spot, they can buy it just a little bit back of that and then just ship it off to the wholesaler. There's no reason they would turn it away at that point. Having a connection like that allows them to buy silver in a weak market like what we see right now. I will be blown. I'm going to call shops. I haven't even called any yet, but I would be blown away if I was told by a single shop that they aren't buying silver. We'll find out because we're going to be calling shops and finding out right now. Let's get on the phone and see what they say. As you know, my channel is sponsored by sdbullion.com, and I wanted to share with you a quick deal they have going right now with their 1 ounce silver cowboy rounds. I love these, and while technically they are considered generic silver rounds, there's no doubt about it, they are one of the most beautiful generic silver rounds that I have in my stack right now with the bucking bronco, and you even have the little buffalo privy right there. Love these things, guys. Take advantage of it by clicking the link in the description below, and let's get back to the video. All right, so we're gonna call our first coin shop, find out what they're paying for 1 ounce silver rounds and silver eagles, if they're even buying them. We're about to find out, aren't we? After that, we will call the Florida shops, but unfortunately in Florida, we will not be able to record the calls since they are a two-party consent state. I would have to let them know that I am recording, and if I do that, they may skew the numbers or say something I wanna hear, so we're not gonna do that, but I'll put the data on the screen. Let's go ahead with our first coin shop. And by the way, at the end of these calls, I will do some math and figure out what silver would have to get to if you were to buy silver today and then sell it today as well and get your money back. We'll see what that looks like at the end, but here we go. First shop, let's get them on the phone. Yeah, could you tell me if you're buying silver today?
Yes, we are, sure.
Okay.
What kind of silver do you have?
I have some silver rounds and silver eagles, and I was just wondering what you pay for both of those.
All right, hang on a second here. Now, the silver rounds, if they were bought from here, they're going to get you probably a little bit better price.
Okay.
Because some of them also lead you to other dealers and this and that, and we pay less for those.
Okay.
But for nice, clean silver rounds that were bought from here right now, I'm paying $25.07 for them. And then the other thing you said, Silver Eagles, backdated Silver Eagles, I'm paying $26.67.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Well, look them over, make sure they're nice, and see what we can do for you.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye now.
All right, so I just recorded that shop, and then I called 10 more, and I went back through and I did all the data so I could show it with you guys. This shop I named number 0 because I forgot about it, and so I did the other 10. I did the sheets for the other 10, and I'm like, oh shoot, what about the shop that I called before I called Florida? So we're just going to call it number 0. But the shop that we just called, that you just heard, as you can see, 25 cents an ounce back of spot for rounds, $1.25 over spot for 1 ounce Silver Eagles. Not a bad start. They're definitely buying, as you can see. Now, the next shop I called was in Florida. They were paying 25 cents an ounce over spot for rounds, $1.75 an ounce over spot for 1 ounce Silver Eagles. There's a Florida shop definitely buying. Next shop in Florida, a little bit weaker on the rounds, 50 cents an ounce back of spot for 1 ounce silver rounds, but $2 an ounce over spot for 1 ounce Silver Eagles. Again, they were buying. The shop after that, I called another shop in Florida. $1 an ounce back of spot for rounds, $1 over spot for 1 ounce Silver Eagles. That is shop number 3/4. You get the idea. Another shop in Florida definitely said, yes, they'll buy my rounds, and that's what they offered me. Here's another shop in Florida. This one offered me spot price. They offered me $1.50 an ounce over spot for Silver Eagles, but full spot for rounds. Can't get mad at that. Another shop definitely buying. Now we're moving out of Florida into Missouri. This shop offered me spot for rounds, $2 an ounce over spot for Silver Eagles. Another shop that said, yes, they are buying. Next shop, Illinois, $1 back for rounds, $2.25 over for Silver Eagles. Notice every one of these shops, I know I keep emphasizing this, but every one of these shops has yet to say, no, they're not buying my rounds. Yes, they are paying less than Eagles, but they are certainly buying. Let's go. Next up, shop number 7. This is in the state of Washington. They are paying a quarter over spot for rounds. I think that's the second shop that offered us over spot. They are also paying $2.50 an ounce over spot for Silver Eagles. We've always had good luck calling shops in Washington on this channel, though. It seems like every time Washington has one of the best shops. So next up, this shop in California, $1 back for silver rounds, $3 an ounce over spot for Silver Eagles. Let's go. That is a spread, by the way, of 4. That shop, it's almost better to be buying Eagles. I mean, today, if Eagles are like $1.50, $2 an ounce over spot difference between rounds and Eagles, if you were selling to that shop, it was better for you to buy the Eagles. $3 over spot. Let's go. Shop number 9 out of Texas offered me spot for silver rounds, $1 over for Silver Eagles. Much smaller spread, just $1 difference between the two. But again, buying rounds. And the final shop I called in Arkansas, 25 cents an ounce back for silver rounds, $1.75 per ounce over spot for Silver Eagles. Again, they are buying rounds as well. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our averages. So if we take all 11 shops, add everything up and average them out, you can see the average offer for rounds is 30 cents back of spot. Again, as I said, it's definitely a weak market for rounds, but every single shop was buying them. Every single, all 11 was paying for, or was offering me a number for 1 ounce silver rounds. Silver Eagles, same thing. Average was $1.65 over spot, but every single shop was buying them. And it looks like the spread, by the way, if you look at these, is around $2. So you're going to get, on average, $2 more when you sell Silver Eagles than sell silver rounds. So clearly this comment from Father Duck about nobody buying silver rounds is wrong. I'm not saying that there aren't shops out there that aren't buying them, but I called 11 and 11 in a row offered to buy them from me. So it wouldn't be hard to find another shop if the shop that you go to first isn't buying them for whatever reason. And then going back to this comment where the commenter said that silver needs to go to $40 an ounce or you'll lose money, and he says that it need to go to at least 34 just for you to break even, obviously incorrect. And let me show you what I mean. You guys know there's nothing I like more than factual, pure data, looking at the numbers and seeing what the numbers actually say rather than just what I feel. So that's why I came up with this generic versus premium silver calculator. I'm going to show you how I'm going to use it today. I'm also going to offer you a free download in the description below. I've been offering this on my website for a long time. It's had tens of thousands of people download it. It's just an Excel spreadsheet that I put together so you can take a look at the buy and sell difference in premiums. So if you were to buy rounds at one price, what it would need to go to sell them at one price. Is it better to buy rounds or eagles or maples, so on and so forth? That's what this is. Now, to get the numbers that we need for buying for 1 ounce silver rounds, I'm going to refer to the deal that I spoke to you about earlier from our sponsor, SD Bullion, which is this one right here, where you can get a tube of 1 ounce silver rounds for $1.79 over spot for the Cowboys. There might even be better deals out there. I'm not arguing that. So we'll plug that in to our silver rounds category. And then for silver eagles, I scoured a bunch of online websites, and the average right now is looking around $5 to $5.50, which honestly, I think that might be going up a little bit. We'll talk about that in a future video because $5.50 seems a little bit higher than where it's been this last month or two. But we'll plug $5.50 in there for silver eagles. Now, spot today is around $25.30, and we're going to spend about $1,000. So you can see we would be able to get around 30, close to 37 1 ounce silver rounds. A little bit over 32 1 ounce silver eagles. Now, the sell premium on silver rounds is 30 cents back of spot, right? So less than spot, 30 cents back of spot. And then 1 ounce silver eagles, the average was $1.65 over spot. Now, the comment said for us to break even, we would need to get to $34 an ounce. So we're going to plug that into our spot price at sell. Basically, this is what spot gets to when we sell it, and the premiums that we're selling them at, we're going to sell them at today's premiums. But let's say we have this silver that we just bought, and we're going to sell it because silver jumped up to 34 or whatever. You can see that we actually have $1,244 coming back to us on silver rounds. That is a profit of $244. $1,157 coming back to us on silver eagles. That's a profit of $157. So we definitely are not just breaking even at 34. In fact, we are still making a profit even at 30. And it's at 29 where you actually now start to lose on silver eagles. And it's around 27.50 or so right there where you actually start to lose on silver rounds. So silver doesn't need to go up to 34. It doesn't even need to go up to 28 on silver rounds for you to be able to sell them and get all of your money back, and for you to make a decent profit. Even if you get to 32, you're making almost $200. And one thing I want to note here is that this sheet really does show that right now with the premiums where they are, it's still better to buy rounds based on these numbers today. Obviously, there are situations where demand for silver eagles goes up, and what happened last year with silver eagles sitting at $20 premiums happens. But in a normal market, which is what we're looking at right now, it really does look like rounds are still the better way to go. Just not by a massive amount, but still the better way to go. Just to get the most silver into your stack. Now, as I said earlier, I promised you I would show you the rest of this comment thread with this commenter because I made a couple of responses and he got a little defensive and nasty, and that's fine. That's how people are. It's no big deal. I'm not mad about it. But I said, what you must stop doing, because he says what you must tell your viewers. I said, what you must stop doing is assuming I don't cover that constantly on this channel. If you guys are subscribers to the channel, if you're not, please subscribe. I definitely appreciate it, especially if you enjoyed and learned something from this video. But what you guys know is I cover all these topics all the time. I think I probably do it more than anyone else on YouTube, especially when it comes to retail premiums, buybacks, sellbacks, whatever it is. He goes, he responds by saying, I didn't hear you say it in this video, to which of course I said, do I have to cover every single thing in every single video? That's not how this works. If I did this in every single video, oh, by the way, this, oh, by the way, that, they would get even more repetitive than some of you think some of these videos already are. But I said, and then I said also 40, no, even if you sell $1 back of spot rounds at 28 to 28.50 today still yields a profit. And then he goes, LMAO, okay, keep on trucking. And then I highlighted and pointed an arrow to where he got nasty. He says, I'm glad I'm not subscribed to your channel. Good luck to all of your victims. Apparently, me bringing you this data and showing you the true numbers makes you a victim of my channel. Guys, if you don't believe in silver, I don't know why you're still here. I obviously love silver, but I also am not afraid to show you the true data. I'm not afraid to show you the numbers, and I'm not afraid to tell you that, look, silver's a long game. You need to buy it. You need to hold it. You shouldn't be buying silver. All of this video was about buying and selling back based on his comments, but in reality, you really shouldn't be buying silver with the intent to turn around and sell it for a profit next week or next year. It really is a long game. It's a real great way to have a physical, tangible asset that you can hold in your hand that will always maintain value, especially when you are like me and don't trust the fiat dollar. But look, to each and every one of you, I'm just going to say, if you feel that the stuff I'm telling you is full of it. I don't know what to tell you other than this is actual real world data that I show you, I share with you, I show you screenshots, I go to websites, I show you those, I make the calls, I let you listen to some of those as well. You get the idea. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. I'd really appreciate it. And like I said earlier, if you learned something from this video and you like videos like this, you want to see more, and you want to support the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate that as well. And if you want to see this video right here, YouTube thinks it's a great one and you should watch it next. So do so now. We will see you next time and have a great rest of your day.